Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne Sharp World, where today we are taking a look at 9 knives that blew me away in 2024 for various reasons. One or another, these 9 knives really stood out to me. Now, I'm not saying these are the best 9 knives of all the knives come out in 2024. You will see that right towards the very end of this year in the Wayne Sharp World Knife of the Year Awards. And there are some differences there, but these ones here just really stuck out to me. As I said, for various reasons, we'll go over that as we go through the list. The list is in, the only particular order it's in is in price, and that's just to have some form of order here. But I'm not going from best to worst or worst to best. It's just in order of price. So let's get into it, and let's start off with Kaiser. And I want to say something, and this might sound a little critical of Kaiser. I think this was kind of a down year for Kizer. I really do. And you guys know I love Kizer. They're easily one of my favorite brands out there. But I just wasn't quite as blown away overall in a total body of work as I have been in the past. But two things to take away from that. This, in my opinion, was the highlight of their year in the mini Militaw. And real quick, before I get into these, I've got some new Kizer knives they're going to be dropping on January 1st that is telling me that 2025 is going to be quite the rebound for Kizer. They have some absolute smoke shows, some bangers to drop off the first month of 2025. You don't want to miss that. Click that subscribe button. I will have that video up first thing on January 1st. January 1st or January 2nd, I can't remember. I have to wait till the actual drop day to upload the videos. But those are coming, and they are some phenomenal knives. But now let's get back to the mini Militaw. And what really blew me away about the mini Militaw was two things. The amount of variety that Kizer dropped with these. I mean, they dropped so many different flavors. They had a ton of budget options starting at $56. This one in particular is not $56, but the budget options started at $56, and they went up to this particular version right here, up to $180. And this one happens to have zirconium inlays with some bronze titanium and that black DLC blade. This thing is sexy. $180 for this version. And again, the budget versions though, the budget versions with these liner locks, just phenomenal action, amazing ergos for a small knife. This is one of the best mini versions of any knife that I think has ever come out. Let's get a full-size Militaw out here just for size comparisons. I won't be doing size comparisons on all the knives, but this one needs it. There you go. There is your mini Militaw compared to your full-size Militaw. Easily my favorite knife Kizer's ever made. I've said it before, it's no surprise to anyone, but I still like the full-size Militaw a little better, but for what they did here with this mini Militaw, it was, oh man, this is so smooth, such a good detent, so stinking good. Any one of these guys, budget version up to the premium versions, they're bangers. They are mini bangers. They really are. They did blow me away for that reason, so they had to be on the list. The Kizer mini Militaws. And now let's go into a very new knife. This one here is the newest knife on the list, the Civivi Neurohaptic. This thing blew me away in about every single way a Civivi could. In terms of action, this is by far and away the best button lock action I've ever felt on a Civivi. It has that real satisfying, that click. It's quite crisp. It's not quite like the Brian Nadeau detent system that they have on the Sharp by Design models, but it's really good. It is, to me, noticeably better than any Civivi button lock I've ever handled. And on top of that, with a bunch of other budget button locks. This is easily one of the best here. Love the blade shape. Now, this Damascus is really sweet. I love this Damascus pattern. But you can get just the regular Nitro V version for $69. $69. And let me tell you guys, this is a beast of a knife. Very fidgety, very good looking, ranging from $69 up to $91. But what really kind of just blew me away again was the action, the vibes I get from this. Like I said, I kind of get like Cogent combined with Microtech SOCOM Elite vibes. It's a beautiful knife, and it feels great in hand. all sorts of grips to hold it in. Very, very comfy, just a big slicey knife that is easily one of the best Civivis to ever come out. Civivi really did end the year on a bang, and the Neurohaptic, hopefully the Neurohaptic launches Civivi into a 2025 very much with models similar to this one, because man, oh man, it's a good one, the Civivi Neurohaptic. If you're a Civivi person, if you like Civivis, you gotta check this out. If you haven't already, why haven't you? For 69 bucks, it's an easy yes. Next up here, we have a brand new company, Orbital Knives. Now, what blew me away with the Orbital Knives Callisto here is just the freshness I got from it. This was just a very clean design coming in at 89 bucks. You have some really nice micarta. There's, I believe, 3 options. I think there's natural or like a brownish micarta, this blue micarta, and then some type of G10, I believe, like a Damascus maybe. But I believe this is 154 cm. Yeah, 154 cm steel, 3-inch blade. Kind of get those Shiro vibes from it. Really nice titanium milled clip. For $89, I have absolutely no problems with this. The only thing that I would like to see with this knife is a bigger version, and that's it. Because the design, in my opinion, is perfect. It's a beautiful design, flows well, beautiful blade shape, very good for EDC. Excellent clip, nice handle shape, very, very smooth action, excellent detent for that middle finger flick. This is one of my more favorite knives of the year in that $65 to $100 category. So really, really good offering from Orbital Knives. Just an excellent, fresh design to kick off the brand, and I hope to see a lot more from it. And I really hope to see a large Callisto in the early half of 2025. I think those would do extremely well. And if you have not checked out this, definitely check out the Orbital Knives Callisto. Really, really nice knife to start the company. Great job, guys. And then this one here. I'm going to be quick with this one. I've showed it a lot, but it truly blew me away. Like, this was in my other video for best value knives. The Couta Buttorn in titanium is the best value you can get in pocket knives right now. It's listed at 125 bucks. There's discounts to bring it down to 100 bucks, right around 100, $105. 14C28N, incredibly milled titanium, all sorts of internal milling to lighten the knife up. It feels great in the hand. The action is perfect. I think it's an amazing design. This is one of the most impressive knives I've handled all year. You won't see this in the Knife of the Year awards because it's just, it's been around for a little while. It's not new this year, but it's an amazing knife. It is an absolutely, without a doubt, the best value in knives. The value blew me away, but then the action and everything else about it continued to blow me away, which is why I keep talking about it, and I will stop, or at least I'll quiet down, because I know I've showed this a lot, but yeah, the Couta Buttorn in titanium is without a doubt a banger, and easily one of the best knives that blew me away in 2024. Next up here, we have a concept. The concept Tarkin. This knife here, in my opinion, really kind of put Concept down a path that I was really hoping they would take. Because while I do think Concept is a phenomenal brand, I think they've come a very, very long way in the past 2 years in terms of just their overall quality, fit and finish, and their offerings from a design standpoint have been really, really good. This one here took them into a level that, in my opinion, competes with the Kaisers, competes with the Vostids, competes with even some of the Wii knives, because it is so clean, it's so fresh, it's a great name behind the design in Matthew Christensen. It's fidgety. It makes everything on it works, and it works so, so well, and it's so satisfying. The Concept Tarkin, 180 bucks. You're getting CPM 20 CV, a beautiful design. And again, it's not too much. It's not over the top. It's not weird. It's just clean, and it is good. It is so damn good. Easily recommend this one. The first Concept, maybe not the first Concept, because I really, really did like the Fenrir. But one of the few Concepts that has truly blown me away, and it's one that I think is just going to be universally liked by a lot of people, if not just about everybody. I mean, the only thing that would really turn someone off to this is the fact that it has a thumb disc with a front flipper. Some people don't like either one of those. I happen to love front flippers, as you guys know, and I really do like thumb discs. And as I said before, this was the best thumb disc knife to come out since the ZT-0640. It's that good, or the 06 or the 0460, the Emerson collaboration from way back in the day. This is an amazing offering, and for $180 for the materials, titanium and 20 CV milled titanium pocket clip, get out of here. This is fantastic, and you will see this in the Knife of the Year Awards because it is that darn good. The Concept Tarkin. Next up here, we have from Artisan Cutlery, the Wizard. Now, this guy here, what really blew me away about this was it kind of highlighted all of Artisan Cutlery's capabilities of just what they could do to make a knife amazing. And I was talking to a buddy from Artisan Cutlery, and he even said this one even impressed him. He's like, oh, I didn't know the floating backspacer. I didn't know we could do that. Like, they were doing so much stuff with this, all of the amazing contouring and chamfering on this handle. The pocket clip filler here on the other side. Everything about this guy is just, look at that. I mean, you don't see any screws down here holding in the insert or the pocket clip. It is amazing. The action on this guy is so smooth, whether you're front flipping it or you're using that thumb flipper. I mean, technically, maybe it is a thumb flipper, but it's a thumb stud. That's what it's normally called by regular people. I'm just weird, I guess. But no, the ergos on this guy are so slick and so smooth. This is a lot more ergonomically friendly handle than you would think, because it doesn't look like anything special. But this little choil here, all of this fine contouring along the sides and the curvature of the handle, it really kind of melts in my hand. Very, very comfy, great size. These guys range from $199 up to like a crazy amount, like $699 with full Damascus and Magna Cut. The availability of these ones, I'm not sure. Everything else is available right now, and it's of course linked below. I'm not sure about the availability of these. It was a Kickstarter project. They used to be available. I can't find any links. The link I have in there is to kind of just show you guys more about it. So if you want to stay up to date on the Wizard, I really hope, if they're not available now, I hope there's going to be a lot more coming back in stock with Artisan, because again, this is easily one of the best knives Artisan Cutlery's ever made, if not the best. It is fantastic. Excellent design from top to bottom. Beautiful blade. It just fully blew me away. I didn't think Artisan Cutlery was capable of this. So they are, and hopefully there's going to be more to come. The Artisan Cutlery Wizard, just phenomenal. Next one, we're jumping quite up in price. We're going from around $200 up to $275, which is actually a value for this knife. This is the Couta Buttorn. Now, this is the premium version. This is the full titanium S35VN frame lock version. It's extra thin. It's super, super comfy in hand. The Ken Onion design, you saw his name peeking in down there. This is one of the most impressive knives of the year from a machining standpoint. It is just so thin, so slender, but also the milling and the contouring within this handle really, really makes it an ergonomic, what do I call it? Ergonomic banger? I don't know. It's okay. Here's the best way to put it. If you're familiar with TRM, think of the TRM Atom, the thinness of that handle, but with just all of the contouring, like all of the contouring that TRM Atoms don't have. Not saying they're bad knives; they're great knives, but this is like a TRM Atom that is just on steroids for improved ergonomics. It's kind of a weird thing to say, but it's really hard to describe this one because it is very different. It has all that raised like 3D boxes on the milling, the pinstriping of the machining. And this one especially, compared to the aluminum version, which is a more budgety knife based at $150. This one with the titanium and the S35 for $275. I do think this is still an amazing value for what you're getting. The action on this thing is ridiculously good. It's just so smooth, so enjoyable. A nice long blade. This is a rather big knife. that they did everything right on. An incredible Ken Onion design. One of the best knives Couta has ever made or manufactured, in my opinion. And yeah, it is just, look at that, perfect centering. Everything about this guy is an absolute banger. And it was one that really kind of opened my eyes to Couta. Didn't know they were capable of stuff like this. Couta happens to be one of the most talented companies in terms of machining ability. They have really made some beauties this year. And the Couta, or the carbon buckhorn manufactured by Couta, is probably the highlight of those capabilities. Really, really, really good. Let me know what you guys think of the buckhorn. It won some awards at Blade Show of the Year, and rightfully so. This thing is amazing. And for $275, again, strong value for $275. There's not many times I say a $275 knife is a good value. That's one of them. We're going to stick with Couta for one more knife, and we're taking a look at the Smokeshow. Now, this one here, I guess what blew me away was just more of the intricacies within the handle, because this is just a simple flipper drop point, or drop point flipper. We've seen a lot of them, but again, you have incredible action for just a flipper, for a pure flipper knife. They make it very, very enjoyable. Now, we are talking $355 here, so it is significantly up there in price. I don't know, and technically the next knife is $5 less, but I actually like the next knife more than this one, just my personal opinion. This is still a great knife, but yeah, just the details. I mean, look at this dual anodization, the inlays of, I believe, fat carbon. It's either fat carbon or camel carbon, but it looks really, really good. A lot of details. The inlay in the freaking pocket clip, or no, I don't even think that's not an inlay. That is actually just an anodization process that really makes it look very expensive, I guess the best way to put it. But yeah, excellent frame lock action, beautiful knife, perfect size. You know, for a drop point flipper, this is probably the best one I've come across in years, because you get burnt out on them. You know, there's so many of them out there. They start to look the same. This Smokeshow here really does live up to its name in terms of aesthetics, ergonomics, size. It is just a true Smokeshow. It is good in just about every single way. It may be simple for some people because they want more deployment options, but what you get with the Smokeshow is a very exotic look, but with simple deployment. And I think a lot of people will appreciate that and like that. This is a really, really nice knife. $355. It may not be the best deal in knives, but it's a very, very impressive knife that did blow me away for just the exotic appearance it brought to the table. Now, the last knife on this list. This is one, I think people give this company way too hard of a time. This is the Jack Wolf Knives Bionic Jack. And I have heard a lot of negativity about Jack Wolf knives lately that I just don't get. I don't get it. All the negativity is around the price of the knives. No one is complaining about the quality of these knives. These are some of the best quality knives in the industry. Incredible, incredible knives, but they're a little expensive. But again, I think a lot of that, I think what makes people a little more negative towards the price is the fact that majority of them are slip joints. I think people just struggle to find the value in slip joints, to be totally honest. And if I'm, you guys know I don't lie to you. I struggle to find the value in slip joints too sometimes. So I kind of get where people are coming from on that. But this is not a slip joint. This is a front flipper. This is a locking knife. It has perfection all over it. And everything about this knife blew me away because it is the best knife Jack Wolf Knives has ever come out with. And I will stand by that until they come out with one better. But this thing here, the front flipping action, ooh, it is so crisp. The definition of crisp, it is crispy. It's so stinking good. The fuller up here, this little milled out fuller area is so perfect in terms of the grip and the bite you get in your fingernail. I mean, I don't have a lot of fingernail here, guys. There's not much there, and it is so easy to just kick that blade out. The definition of satisfaction in deploying a knife is right here. It's so stinking good. I don't carry this knife enough. I have a lot of knives, and I don't carry all of them, obviously, because you just can't. But this is one, there's not many knives I feel guilty about for not carrying enough. this is one of them. This is probably at the top of the list because everything about it, the design, the ergonomics, it has a surprisingly good ergos. It's rather simple, but that slight little bend there in the handle, with that they do in a really good way too. They put a little bit of, a little bit of an angular aspect to it and how it curves. It just feels really, really good. The blade is stupid sharp with a ridiculous hollow grind coming in around 14 to 15 thousandths behind the edge. Super slicey tip, but it also has a little robust backing there. It's just a phenomenal blade with S90V. $350, I don't have a problem for this. Again, I'm not saying it's one of the best values in knives. I'm saying it's one of the best knives. Period. One of the best knives. This would stand up with any Wii knife, any Riot knife, any knife that you want to bring up and throw up against this guy in a $350 category. It will hold its ground. I love it. I love it. And it also has some really nice sounds. Ooh, it's so, so good. That middle finger flick is the definition of perfection. Love the front flipper. Love this, I think it's called Sugar Watermelon. I think Sugar Watermelon camo carbon. Just gorgeous. This knife was probably the #1 knife of the year that blew me away. It is amazing. It's the Jack Wolf Knives Bionic Jack. Let me know what you guys think of all these knives. Which knife blew you away the most in 2024? I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I cannot wait to bring you the content for 2025. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And until the next one, I'm out.